Hello there, comrades and cannon fodder. It's Devoid here. I've got a second video from Deserts of Kharak to show you, and I'm using a faction, or more like a sub-faction, called the Khaaneph for this game. And they're a sub-faction of the Galcians, so all their units hover like the Galcians do. I'm using the standard setup where you put 2 salvagers on each resource asset. You research in construction sources, and I like to spread out as quickly as possible. And you don't need to spread out a lot for this game, not like you do for some others, but I do like to secure a second patch, and I like to research an ability that allows you to gather resources at this unit as well. And this unit's important for this faction and for the Galcians because you can build units there from this production cruiser. You can build their standard units from this unit, so it can move around the map while your carrier is gathering resources. Or the other way around, this production cruiser can research the ability to gather resources and wait here while the carrier goes off around the map and produces other units. So you have the ability to produce in different areas, plus you can make more production cruisers and they produce your standard units. So it'll produce your sand skimmers, it'll produce your assault ships, railguns, missile ships, all that, all your standard units, and you can produce from this production cruiser. And you can produce a few of these if you want. There's no reason why not, as many as you want. And they can gather resources and build units, so it's a great asset compared to the enemy. The other factions like the Coalition and the Sobarn, they only produce units at the carrier. So it's a nice advantage, especially with their ability to repair out of combat. All their units can, so that's handy as well. But, you know, the Coalition has its own advantages in other areas.
We have a contact on sensors, tracking inbound.
But the production cruisers are a nice feature. There's my base runner, and that looks really cool. I like that unit. The Khaaneph base runner, I like the look of that one. Smart. But we've got an enemy light attack vehicle force here storming towards my home base, but the waves, if you can see these light waves sort of rippling along the sand, that's a mobility booster coming from my carrier. And it also comes from your production cruisers as well when that ability is active. I'm under attack here, so I have to shunt power from the mobility support option to the close combat weaponry, just while I defend this enemy attack. And that's one thing I haven't mentioned in my previous video about Deserts of Kharak. Your carrier, you should be shunting power from one system to another while you're in different situations. So usually you have one favoured setting to shunt your power to, whether it's close combat weaponry or anything. But when you're not in combat, you should have maybe a better option. Like these guys, you'd want it in mobility support, so that any of your units in range of this, like your salvagers, you see these waves coming off my production cruisers and the carrier, my salvagers move quicker and gather resources quicker, and the units being produced by these production cruisers and moving with them, they also move quicker. So that's kind of like the go-to power setting for the Khaaneph, from what I can work out so far anyway. I'm new to this game. But when you're in combat, you take all the power away from mobility support and put it into close combat weaponry. And when it's threatened, say, or defending its resource patches, you put it into close combat weaponry. But the missile system, the main role of this carrier when it's fully upgraded, I think, is so it's kind of a support unit. So you'd have it not up on the front line with your units fighting, you'd have it just hanging back like an artillery unit, an anchor support unit. because it fires missiles a nice distance, and it supports units with this mobility ability when they're close, so you can move quickly into an attack or escape, but it doesn't want to be up front fighting. It should be in a support role, hanging back. But we've got a one-on-one here. That's my scouting unit telling me that I'm under threat.
Rally point acknowledged.
Ready for strike.
He's repairing with that blue glow look. As soon as they're not shooting, they get their blue glow. He's... yeah, I've got assault ships, which these two production cruisers are producing assault ships, which are a perfect counter to these light vehicles. And the first signs of combat on the sands, we've got assault ships against armoured assault, so it's an even match this. I'm backing away because it's an inefficient way of fighting, equal. We're both just going to destroy each other, so without numbers, that's I don't want to engage, so I'm backing away to take on the first couple, and I'm trying to get damage units like this out of the line of fire, if possible. See, they're both destroyed, I lost one, so it's not too bad, and also I've done some healing. Now this guy on his own, he can be taken out. But they've got railgun support, so I need to watch it. I think he's getting hit on the top there. You see the blue glow of this assault ship healing. But it's... I've fallen back, but the enemy have also... looks like they've halted to consolidate. But yeah, they've got railguns moving up a nice amount. There's a logistics module. And for the Sobarn, you use these logistic modules for the Coalition and the Sobarn. They're launched from the carrier. And when you launch them, it allows you to build more units. They're logistic support, relay modules kind of thing. So, but you launch them, and they're little sensor posts, and allow you to build more units. But the Sobarn, they're armed, so, and you can shunt power on the carrier to the turret defense systems to make your logistics support modules, your armed ones, you can shunt power to them with the carrier. So that's a nice option when the carrier is not in direct combat. You can boost those turrets. And I wanted these sand skimmers to be attacking the railguns.
Armored unit destroyed.
They've got a couple of light vehicles of their own. I just hope those railguns are taken out before my sand skimmers. Oh, it's a bit of a running battle here. I've got my sand skimmers to leg it. Yeah, he's popped. Two of them.
Base runner under fire. Cruiser taking hostile fire. Moving to extract resources. Sand skimmer lost.
An assault ship to welcome those light vehicles. That was good timing. Let's see if these enemy railguns start to catch up though and get a firing position on me. That's not good luck. And have I lost my base runner? Looks like it, sadly. I didn't get to demonstrate the base runner's ability with the Khaaneph. It can produce these units called blast drones. And you produce them, they're like suicide bomb drones. You produce a robot drone and it hovers towards a target and detonates on your command line. You run it into a target. But each base runner can only produce 8 blast drones. So if you want another 8, you have to build another base runner. Yeah, fought them off okay. Got some sand skimmers, they're essential. But they need to move when they're engaging them. Right, managed to hang on. There's a nice top view.
Armored ship online.
What have we got here? An assault, armoured assault and some light vehicles. Oh, look at that, that's a nice view. top-down view of some fighters for you. Look, here we go. I've got nothing to stop them. Even my base runner's gone, which would have been a bit of a... Oh no, it's still alive because there, he's got a bit of a AA fire. Yeah, it's the only anti-aircraft defense I've got. Assault ships do fire back, but they're ineffective against aircraft unless they're in large numbers. But I've got a siege cruiser now, which is one of the main units I wanted to demonstrate. These siege cruisers are one of the special units of the Khaaneph. I've got sand skimmers. I've got very little, but I'm slowly building it up. I've got production cruisers. There's one over there doing some direct mining. And I've got a siege cruiser. And luckily my base run has survived.
Sand skimmer now in service.
I did build a blast drone, I remember. It's just maybe been used. It's a shame I didn't see what happened to it.
Sand skimmer construction complete.
Coordinates verified. Command authority recognized.
Yeah, these are the siege cruisers, and they are a really nice unit. I'll show you them in action shortly. They slaughter things. The Khaaneph are a faction that like missiles and explosions. Let's check out what the enemy are up to.
New course entered.
I've got idle salvagers. There you go, they're launching logistics modules there, look. They're doing some long distance mining, although they haven't wrecked that the salvage.
Move to destination.
Wreck bulkhead.
Advance to target area. Set for offensive advance.
Some mixed units on the way. I'll be advancing myself, I'm sure, if I've got siege cruisers.
Grid work set. Advance. Fire engine sand skimmer under attack. Enemy railgun destroyed. Advance to target area. Sand skimmer.
There's the direct fire of the siege cruisers.
Carrier power capacity.
Some machine guns.
Enemy armor detected.
Some nice explosive rounds, yeah, that's what I like. So yeah, there's a demonstration of their forward. Oh no, look, enemy airstrikes.
Armored unit
I think I should have been working on anti-aircraft defences by now. I may lose the siege cruiser, but I think I was working on it. There should be missile ships. I've got 3 siege cruisers anyway.
acknowledged.
Yeah, they're focusing.
Siege cruiser destroyed.
Lost one.
Enemy interceptor.
It looks like he's taking a few pot shots in return, to be fair, at the aircraft. The production cruiser is. Yeah,
Sand skimmer taking enemy fire. Sand skimmer
interesting.
destroyed. Hostile railgun
Some units do fire at aircraft, they're just ineffective. Right, I need that base runner out of there.
base runner.
What a waste. And look at the look at the fire from the siege cruisers. It just blankets an area with some nice explosions for you, look.
Railgun within sensor range.
Does good damage.
Additional systems required.
Dead. You see, it's really effective.
Enemy armor eliminated. Guard that craft.
Really nice unit, the siege cruiser. It can fight head to head. It's got those nice like forward cannons,
Rally point
but
marked.
it really works nicely when you're slinging weaponry at targets out of line of sight as well. There we go, I've got some missile defences here.
Hostile interceptor neutralized.
There he goes. He's off.
Heavy railgun now in service. Sand skimmer construction.
Missed him hitting the ground, sadly. Sorry about that. There he goes. I like to watch the aircraft
Coordinates verified. Captain SL.
when they get crashed like that. I like it.
Make way.
A nice aircraft crash. The graphics, like I say in the first video, I really like them. They look really special, really neat graphics. It's a very smart game, so it's always nice to watch the nice visuals. It's obviously graphics never make a game. It's you know, the graphics don't make a game good. Like the essential elements, especially for a real-time strategy game, are that the game's got quality tactics and detailed tactics, strategies, and you know, a good detailed amount of units and options and things and gameplay. And then graphics is secondary to that, but excuse me, but the graphics aren't what make this game. The graphics aren't what define it. They're not its defining feature. They're like its crowning feature, if you understand. I mean, look at that. That's lovely. Those graphics are lovely. That's a battlecruiser, and he's like caught. You know, it's a lovely unit. These siege cruisers. They are really good. Oh look, I've just produced another one there, and there's the missile from the carrier. I'm trying to demonstrate a few abilities. I've got a railgun going off. A few sand skimmers on the enemy. Yeah, that's nice. Some direct fire as well. The battle cruisers are very good, very well armoured. But yeah, it won't take that. Yeah, look, they are good in a head-to-head scrap or at a distance, and they're well armoured and they've got good health. These siege cruisers are probably one of the best ground units. And I'm pulling them back because I don't need to fire point blank like I am. I've got power on my missile system, although I am still trying to upgrade my carrier. Now, I'm find it's like it's obvious now. The enemy are beaten. They've got a few units, but you know, they're no threat anymore. I like the sound of the units.
Missile ship online. Heavy railgun now in service. Fleet capacity increased.
Craft ready.
Rally point acknowledged.
That's a production cruiser. Produces your standard unit. And it does have the mobility support field active when the carrier does. So your carrier can be safe with the resources, getting your salvages to move quicker, while this stays at the front line. But still, it has your mobility support field in effect, as long as this is with your frontline units. It's a nice handy ability that is probably the one you should be on when the carrier's not fighting, or in its direct support role. There's some heavy railguns. These are far superior to the enemy railguns.
Offline. Carrier missile silos offline.
Railgun under attack.
Carrier self-repair system now active. Carrier missile silos now online.
Some missiles.
Railgun lost.
Siege cruiser rounds, look. There we are. I like the way these siege cruiser rounds look. They send a lot of dirt sky high.
Hostile railgun detected.
Sand skimmer now in service.
Yeah, a bit of direct fire.
Sector operators. Confirm negative contacts in your area.
Sand skimmer.
I'll switch to repair systems to get my carrier fixed.
Hostile armor destroyed.
Yeah, nothing can really survive. You'd probably need heavy railgun, heavy railgun position to knock out these. But you'd need you'd have to use your mobile light attack vehicles like LAVs or sand skimmers and get them close to defeat these probably. There would be a good counter, but when these are supported, you know, they're like a really difficult unit to fight against if they're a part of a supported fleet. I'm moving in now.
Sand skimmer taking enemy fire.
Railguns are shooting at their fish in a barrel. I've even got my missile ships moving in. Nothing to worry about.
Carrier power capacity.
I got the missile ships upgraded.
Advance on that position. Sand skimmer lost. Fire. Confirmed. Combat alert. Enemy battle cruiser detected. Reverse that. Enemy salvage destroyed.
Oh, that was really nice. Where did he go? He got blown up straight up into the air.
Railgun within sensor range.
Carrier
I'd like to have
power
seen that
offline.
if he ever came back down again.
Destroyed. Let's go.
I was wondering if that shadow was the salvager returning to Earth. It couldn't have been.
Enemy scanner destroyed.
Carrier missile capacity at maximum.
Armored unit destroyed.
There's some missiles from the carrier. We've got a battle cruiser. Send a couple his way too, why not?
Combat alert. Control carriers under
Battle
assault.
cruiser's firing back. Good for him.
Offensive move underway. Force hostile
Ah, look,
scanner
missile ships going in. I do like the missile ships have got a direct fire ability. They shouldn't be taking the chances like that.
unit lost.
Yeah, look, I've got a nice direct fire ability, these missile ships. If I used it in time, that would be the only reason they should be up there. No, I wasted them, that's a shame.
Enemy railgun destroyed. Combat alert. Hostile carrier inbound on RAO. Enemy salvage destroyed. Hostile scanner neutralized.
All of my home base is safe.
Alert. Target hostile carrier
There we go.
neutralized.
Enemy done. It's the siege cruisers I've got to thank for that one. They made it easy. Yeah, it's the Khaaneph siege cruiser. Very nice unit. I like the missile ships as well. In the video, there's probably 1 or 2 points where I did use this. Their direct fire ability. I used it once or twice in the game. Hopefully I caught it during this replay. But that's the Khaaneph, the basic Khaaneph demonstration. So I haven't done the Galcians that they're a sub-faction of, but still, I just wanted to show you all the Khaaneph siege cruiser because it's such a smart unit. So I thought I'd demonstrate that and show a nice sort of fun battle. But there's some nice blasts and explosions. You know, you wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that. Look at it. Look at the devastation those siege cruisers caused. You wouldn't want to be in it if you're a salvager. Look, it's just like rubble, and you still, even if you rubble, you're still going to get pounded into dust. So yeah, there's a siege cruiser for you, mid-launch. Really nice unit. There you go, look. Siege cruiser. Make a nice print. But there's the Khaaneph for you. I hope everyone enjoys watching this video. It was a nice fun game to test out some of the nice Khaaneph units. I've not used this faction many times myself, so it was the first video I thought of to make. When I thought, what shall I do for number 2? First thing that came to mind was a Khaaneph video. So thank you very much for watching, everyone, and until next time, take care and goodbye.